Okay, can I just say how hard it is to take a thumbnail picture for a mukbang? Shout out to all the mukbang channels out there because that was hard. I spent like 10 minutes trying to get a thumbnail, so hopefully we got one. Anyways, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So it has been a while since we have done an eating video on my channel. I think my last eating video was the cafe video where I ate strictly at cafes for a day, and that was a lot of fun. You guys seem to really like my convenience store video and my delivery food video. So today I am just gonna be doing a trying convenience store food video. I've never tried any of these foods from the convenience store with the exception of one. I have tried this before, but from a different convenience store. So technically all of this stuff is brand new to me. I also asked you guys if you had any topics or questions that you wanted me to cover. So I'm also gonna be kind of just chit-chatting throughout this video. It's gonna be a really chill video, probably long. So go ahead and grab yourself a snack or a drink and join me. I did wanna say, if you guys wanna get your hands on any of these noodles, I purposely bought them all from the same brand that you guys can get on Amazon. So these are all by the brand Paldo. You can see it says right here, Paldo, and I actually ended up buying even more Paldo noodles because these look really good too. But yeah, you can get these all on Amazon. I know a lot of you guys, most of you guys are in the US or Canada, and you don't have access to obviously like all of the convenience store food here in Korea. But the good thing is Paldo is sold on Amazon. They have more than just noodles. They also have snacks, they have Korean drinks. These are by the brand Paldo too, so if you want to get any of these on Amazon, you can get them as well. They have like shrimp snack, crab snacks. I was sure I was probably gonna get that question of like what specific brand of noodles I was eating, so that will answer your question. But anyways, okay, let me really quickly tell you guys, like introduce you guys all of these different dishes. So first, this is a kimchi noodle dish. I also did get some kimchi from the convenience store, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add that in right now because you can't have kimchi noodles without actually kimchi, right? This is jjajangmyeon, which is black bean noodles. If you watch mukbangs, you've probably seen a black bean noodle mukbang. This is haemul ramen, which is seafood ramen, and I also stuck an egg in there. And then this is bibimbap, which is like a spicier type of ramen. It's kind of like spicy and a little bit of sweet. It's really good. Over here, we have some of our little crunchy goodnesses. We've got a hot dog, we have a little duck and sausage stick, and then I have two desserts. These are kind of just like bread desserts. And then here are some drinks because we gotta stay hydrated. All right, 잘 먹겠습니다. Let's pray for my shirt that I don't get anything on it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just start with, let's start with the seafood ramen. Ooh, that egg. Guys, are you proud of me for making the eggs look like this? I think I did a pretty good job. Okay, let's give this a try. This is really good. Personally, I don't like super strong seafood flavors in noodles, and this is great because it's not super strong. It honestly just tastes like there's like some shrimp or something in there. Okay, and I'm gonna try one of my drinks. So this is, I think this is apple, yeah. Yeah, this character in Korea is really popular. I actually kind of have like an apple juice obsession. A lot of times if I have a sweet tooth, I'll just drink apple juice. So good, reminds me of my childhood. By the way, you guys kind of went ham with asking questions and giving me topics to talk about, so I really do appreciate it. If I don't answer your question, shoot me an Instagram DM and I can talk to you on there. Okay, so somebody said, do you feel more or less confident in Korea? What's it like moving somewhere where the beauty standards are different than what you're used to? So I think this is a really good question. Before I answer that question, let me try the jjajangmyeon. Look at that freaking black bean sauce. I love jjajangmyeon, it's so good. And this is actually something that a lot of people eat on the day they move in Korea. It's kind of like a tradition. Oh. This is so good, guys. This is one of those foods that I literally always crave. So, do I feel more or less confident? In Korea, most of the population is Korean. So when they see a Westerner or a foreigner, I feel like a lot of times people like look at you. And so I do feel like I stand out more here. And so that does make you feel a little confident, I guess, if like people are looking at you and stuff like that. But at the same time, the beauty standards are so different here compared to what I'm used to. But it doesn't necessarily make me feel less confident because like it's a whole other cultured, if that makes sense, from what I'm from. So I don't think I like have to conform to those beauty standards, if that makes sense. Like, you know, having a ton of plastic surgery, or like the V line that a lot of girls here go for. But I definitely do think it can mess with your confidence if you're not careful. I feel like that is something that you should definitely be aware of though. Like, coming to Korea, people are a lot more conscious about what they look like, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just something to get used to. Like my hair right now, I went to the convenience store to get all this stuff, and I was like, should I curl my hair and make it pretty to go to the convenience store? And that is something I would never do in America. Like, I would not care. But here I just am a little more self-conscious, but I don't think I'm like not confident here. I think I do feel pretty good here. So good. Somebody asked, do you ever get sad just because you miss your family, and how do you overcome it? Does your fur baby help with that feeling? Okay, so yes, Cleo helps me so much with not feeling homesick. In fact, I very rarely do feel homesick. If I feel some kind of like homesickness, it's really just missing like the presence of my mom and my stepdad. But the thing is, like, they are such adventurous people that I know that like they wouldn't want me to have those feelings of homesickness, if that makes sense. But yeah, I think like anytime you live abroad, there will be days or moments where you're just like, dang, it would be so easy if I was just in my hometown right now, like speaking my native language with like my family. And I definitely do feel like feelings of jealousy when I see my friends here, like my Korean friends that can just easily go chill with their family, because I sometimes really wish I could just cuddle in bed with my mom. So yeah, I definitely do get those feelings, but it's never been anything that I would be like, oh my gosh, I think I need to move home. None of that. I've actually been really lucky, and I have been able to go home since moving to Korea. As you guys know, I went in December. So I feel like that really did help, because it's not like I've been without them for almost a year now. Okay, so next I'm going to try the hot dogs. Looks so good. Trisha Paytas moment. So good. There's also like cheese in this. Guys, I found out that you can get these in the frozen section of the grocery store. At least here in Korea, so I'm sure if you have a Korean market, you could probably get these. Okay, I think it's time that we try another drink. So let's try this one. This is a wheat drink, and is that what it is? I think it's a type of wheat or rice drink. And it's funny because this is actually like kind of marketed sometimes as like a hangover drink. So if you drink a lot, like at nighttime, you can like drink this before you go to bed, or you can drink it when you wake up, and it's supposed to help with your hangover. That's just what I've heard. Obviously this is like a kid's drink, so they're not making it for kids to not be hungover, obviously. And the taste of this, I remember the first time I tried this drink, I was like, ooh, that's kind of weird. And then I realized it's actually really refreshing, and I don't think they ever had this in the States. So if you had the chance to try this, you should, if you can order it off Amazon. Yeah, it's really weird. It's like, it tastes like water with a hint of wheat or a hint of rice. It's very interesting. Somebody asked, can you talk about becoming an ESL teacher in Korea with no teaching experience? Okay, before I answer that question, I'm going to try the kimchi dish. This kimchi looks so good too. Love a good kimchi noodle, guys. I'm obsessed with kimchi. Okay. This is so good. I'm really glad that I put the actual kimchi in here. It's like a really nice touch. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was not sure how these were gonna taste because it's obviously instant noodles, like powdered kimchi. This is so good. Like you can really taste that kimchi flavor, and it's not super spicy. It's perfect though. It does have a kick in it. Okay, so let's talk about going to Korea and being a teacher for the first time. Is it hard? Absolutely. I don't think many people are kind of prepared, honestly, for how hard it is, because when you think about it, your typical teacher in any other place, they have gone to university for that profession. They're usually prepared with knowing how to write lesson plans and have already done like student teaching, so they already know how to have the class engaged, and they've just had experience usually, right? But when you come to a foreign country as somebody that has never taught before, it is hard. And I remember what I struggled the most with my first, I think, couple of months was just having the kids be excited for my class. I think I was a very boring teacher at first. Like I didn't really know how to make it a fun class, if that makes sense. So it's definitely something that like you learn as you go. But yeah, that was definitely a struggle. It was not easy. I definitely do think that answer is case by case though, because some academies in Korea, they are so demanding of their teachers and you really do have to do so much stuff for your job sometimes. And then other teachers are kind of just acting as babysitters. And that's not just an assumption, that's something my friends have actually told me. So yeah, it really is case by case, but definitely guys, like if you have any friends that are education majors, show them some respect because teaching is not an easy job. Okay, let's try the bibimbap. And it's funny how I'm trying this one last when this is actually typically my favorite. I did put an egg on it, and typically this has like cucumber and a couple other things on this. You guys, so freaking good. If you're someone that's trying to like ease your way into eating spicy food, this is a really good place to start because it's not like flaming hot spicy. All right, time to try another drink. I'm so glad I got these drinks because it's really nice and refreshing to wash this stuff down with. I think we will try the strawberry one. Oh my gosh, how cute. There's a little part that you can put your name on it, obviously if you're a kid going to school. Somebody asked, please tell us about your childhood when you lived in the UK when you were a little girl. First of all, thank you for being so curious about my life. I think that's really sweet. So yeah, I was born and raised in England and I lived there until I was 8 years old. So when I was in the 3rd grade, my whole family, my mom, dad, brother, and I, we all moved over to the US. I had been to the US several times. We would come here like every summer because my mom is full American. My father's British, my mom's American. So we would always come here on vacation to like visit our friends and family. But yeah, it was a great time. I feel so lucky that I was able to experience living in Europe because obviously we would go on vacation to like Italy and France and Germany all the time. I feel like I'm able to kind of look at the world from many different aspects in a way because, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, look at me. No, it's just the fact that like I wasn't raised in America. Does that make sense? I wasn't a 5-6-year-old watching the Super Bowl with my family. I didn't experience any of that stuff until I was, you know, 8 years old. And I know that sounds really young, it is young, but I did live like a whole life in England. So, you know, I consider myself American. When people ask, oh, where are you from? I say, oh, I'm from America. But at the same time, I feel like I'm not completely American because I did live in England for that time and I love America, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I do think sometimes because I was raised in England, sometimes I look at America not as my home. It's really confusing, but yeah, in case you guys didn't know, I was raised in England. It was a great time. I do miss it and I hope to one day go back. Okay, a lot of people are asking how I brought Cleo to Korea, and while I answer that question, I'm gonna put this sauce on the sotak. This is pretty much just duck and sausage on a stick, and it comes with this sauce. So anyways, okay. So Cleo, first of all, I gotta give my mama so much credit for getting Cleo over to Korea because she was the one taking Cleo to her vaccinations and all that stuff while I was in Korea. Pretty much you have to have like different rabies shots and you gotta get like a titer test to prove that the dog is healthy. And then within 10 days of Cleo's flight, so like it had to be 10 days or less, she had to get like a specific health certificate and she had to have a specific size crate. And obviously I had to book it with the airline and the airline had to know that dog was gonna be on the plane. Cleo is small, but she's too tall to be in like one of those small mesh carriers. So homegirl was not like sitting with me on the airplane. Homegirl was under with all the bags. I was a wreck. I was crying like cause I had to be like, okay, bye Cleo, see you in Korea. Like I had to give her to the airline staff. And I was just sobbing. I was like, oh my God, my dog is gonna be on this like 15-hour flight. Usually when I go to Korea, I would fly out of North Carolina and have some kind of transfer. I would like transfer in California or Texas, somewhere, you know what I mean? But I did not want my dog having to do any kind of transfers. So what I did was, my family was so sweet and they drove me down to Georgia and we flew straight out of Georgia on like a 16-hour flight straight to Korea, flew into Seoul, took the train down to Busan. So it was a long journey, but Cleo did so good, y'all. Like when they wheeled her out after that flight, I literally was crying with happiness. Okay, let's try this. So good. Duck and sausage are like my 2 favorite things. Okay, this one I almost didn't get because I was like, a banana juice, banana drink. I don't know about that, but come on, you gotta try it. You only live once. Oh, that's good. It's not super strong, like not a very, very strong banana taste. It just tastes like banana candy or something like that. Somebody asked, I've noticed when you go out in Korea, you seem comfortable ordering and speaking to customers, service, and people. Is it because you picked up on the basics? Okay, honestly, it's not that hard to order and speak basic Korean. Is not hard, especially when you're submerged in the language. I feel like if you're just studying at home in your home country, it will be harder because you're not constantly hearing the language, but it's really not hard to order. Like, you only need to know like a few. Do I have food on my mouth right now? No, I don't. Also, like, I'm not the type of person that would ever feel comfortable just like speaking in English to a Korean person. I personally think it's rude to just be like, oh, can I have this, when like you're literally in another person's country. I think like the least you could do when you move here is know how to say like 이거 주세요, which means give me this, or like 메뉴판 주세요, which means can I have a menu. So like it's really not that hard, especially when you are living in the country and you're constantly hearing people speak these words. A lot of people are asking if I will ever teach in Korea again, and that is a really hard question because I love teaching. I loved it so much, you guys, but I feel like right now in 2020 I do not see myself teaching again. Maybe a few years down the road, but I really am seeking out other jobs in Korea that aren't related to teaching, and it's not because I didn't like teaching, it's just because I'm the type of person that loves to try tons of different things. So I have been talking for so long, I am going to eat a little more jjajangmyeon, and then we can try some of those desserts. Lena asks, how are the beaches in Busan during the summer? Is it a different vibe compared to the States? I love this question. Thank you, Lena. So I am actually pleasantly blown away by the beach scene in Busan. I wasn't sure how it was going to be because obviously I moved here in like late summer, fall. Never really had like a laying out on the beach type of day until this past month. And it's great. I mean, people bake out under their, you know, sunshine, and people bring umbrellas. You see kids making sandcastles, and people swim in the ocean, they play in the ocean. The ocean isn't super cold. That is one of the reasons that like Busan will always have my heart, even if I end up moving to Seoul or somewhere else. It is drop dead gorgeous, and I feel so lucky to live so close to the beach. There have been several days that I've literally laid on the beach for like 6 hours, obviously in the shaded area, not like completely under the sun for that long. But yeah, I am pleasantly surprised. And there's so many beautiful beaches, not even just down in Busan, but even up like the northeast area of South Korea, there are some beautiful spots. Let's try this dessert. So this is, actually, you know what, I want to try this one first. I have no idea what this is. I just saw that it was a lemon and it looked really cool, so let's try it. It's like lemon cake, obviously. Korean convenience stores have some killer bread options. Sometimes it's like really boring stuff, but if you go early in the morning, there's usually a ton of good stuff. But okay, next question. Somebody asked, am I happy? That is such a sweet question, and yes, I'm very happy right now. I feel very free in a way, and I just feel like this is like one of the most special times in my life because I'm living abroad. I don't have to report to like a 9-to-5 job right now. Not that I'm against that, like I really am seeking out future employment opportunity. The fact that it's finally summer, I just feel like I'm like my true self. I feel like I thrive in the summer, so I'm very happy right now. Okay, the last thing we're going to try in this video is this. I'm pretty sure this is like a red bean paste dessert. So there's like red bean paste inside with like a little cream on top, maybe. I don't know if I had ever, yeah, this is red bean paste. I remember my first time eating this, I thought it was chocolate. I was so mistaken. This tastes nothing like chocolate. So. I'm not like a huge fan of red bean paste, but I want to get it for the video. Okay, I feel like my lips look so swollen because of all of this freaking spicy food. Okay, last question I'm going to answer is, how long do you plan to stay in Korea? I have no plan to move out of Korea, actually. I really am comfortable here. I enjoy life here. It's like fun, it's convenient, it's pretty cheap for the most part. I feel like I'm building like a really good community of people. All right, you guys, so that is going to conclude this mukbang Q&A video. I need to do more of these because it's really fun just to sit down, eat, chill, talk to you guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments which dish looked the best. It was a lot of fun trying out all of this ramyeon because first of all, I've never tried seafood ramyeon. So if you want to get your hands on any of this stuff, as I said, you can get Paldo's products on Amazon. And they have so much more than just noodles. I was looking, they have like aloe drinks and different snacks and all the good kind of stuff you can get in the convenience store here in Korea. Don't forget to head over to Instagram, follow me on there for more behind the scenes. If you ever want to talk, shoot me a DM. And yeah, that's about it. I love you guys so much. Also, oh my gosh, I didn't spill anything on my shirt. I'm so proud of myself. I love you guys, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.